What is going on, guys? Today we are finally getting around to hacking into the body of the FRS. I taped out the outlines for where I need to cut. I picked up some new blades for the angle grinder and managed to mount my lip to the front bumper. Now, the nice thing about the V3 Rocket Bunny kit compared to all of the other Rocket Bunny kits for the FRS, once you get the front bumper mounted, everything else kind of just lines up with it. There are holes in the side of the bumper here where the over fender attaches, so everything basically lines up, as opposed to with the V1 and V2 kits, you have to line up the fender, then the side skirt, then the rear over fender to get everything to line up, which can cause some problems. And to ensure that we don't have any problems today, I have my good friend Michael here, who just so happened to find a selfie stick in the garage and is playing with it.
Ambush drift! Say ambush drift!
So thanks, Michael, for being here and offering your helping hand. I'll make sure to pay you in White Claws later. I got my safety glasses here. No gloves, unfortunately, but enough talking. Let's get down to cutting.
To the classics.
One thing I know we're going to need to do, because eventually I'm going to need to run a bigger wheel up front, this frame rail section here, we're going to have to cut that down and then bash it in however much we can. Definitely going to recruit Michael for that, since he's a big strong man.
I don't know.
I don't think we're going to cut the rear fenders just yet. I would like to get the fitment all set for the front bumper to the fenders and then to the side skirts, because there is that section where the side skirts attach to the rear over fender. You know what they say? Measure twice, cut once. Didn't really do any measuring, but at least for the rest of the car, we'll make sure that we're A-okay. Well, we went ahead and put the car at full lock. We'll go ahead and take care of this frame rail piece here. I don't think it will be too bad to bash in. I'm sure we can just take the angle grinder and cut off this section to then make it flush with the end of it. But who knows how difficult it will be. Got the frame rail shaved down. I guess there was a cap or cover on the end. You can see all the way through the body of the car there. So I'll probably get this re-welded on, but at least we don't have the whole section here protruding, so we'll be able to get wider wheels without having to worry. I don't even know how this thing was oriented. But now we'll go ahead and get the front bumper on, and then once we get the front bumper on, we'll test fit the front fenders, see if there's any more trimming we need to do, and then finish off with the side skirts and rear over fender. It has to go.
About this.
So the front bumper fits just like any front bumper would. A couple of screws across the top, but Pandem provides 2 long screws for each side where you basically drill into the plastic where the front bumper sits on top of. So that helps with getting good fender to headlight fitment. So we'll go ahead and drill our pilot holes and then get the front bumper securely mounted. Front bumper's mounted. We can go ahead and get the front over fender mounted. We're going to attach it to the front bumper so we can see just how everything lines up. See, this is the nice part about this kit. And all of the hardware comes pre-labeled, so just gotta go to the back of the garage and find the bag that we need. Let's see, SS. Don't really know what that is, but rear fender maybe? I think that's front canard. Side canard, no. I don't really know which bag to choose the hardware from, but I know we need 2 bolts, so oh well, I can always get more hardware. We were gonna try to attach everything following the front bumper, but it is really difficult to get your hands in there to attach the front fender to the bumper there. So we're thinking we have to take the front bumper off, attach everything, and then get the kit on all at once. Sounds convoluted to do it that way, but I don't really see how you're going to be able to attach the rear over fender to the side skirt when you can't even access these holes there. So this also might require us to have a few more hands. And on top of that, if we're going to do it that way, we're going to have to finish out the rear cuts. So we might as well knock that out now. So in order to get the outer skin on the rear fender off, there are a couple of spot welds that you'll need to drill out. It's hard to see where exactly the spot welds are, but if you bend down the outer skin, you can kind of guesstimate where. And now, because you can basically see the interior of the car, we're going to slit this inner skin and then basically fold it up and then get it welded across the outer skin to create a watertight seal. I think it is. So, because I have that angle kit, it might present some issues, but I'm not worried about it for now. Okay, so this is where we're at after about an hour and a half of fiddling with it. We've attached the front fenders to the bumper, and instead of attaching the side skirt, there's plenty of room to get at it from behind to get those two bolts on. We have tape holding up the rest of the side skirt. We know that this fitment is going to be the general location of where it's all going to sit. Now we can drill through and put in our nice Cleco pins to finalize how it's all going to fit. All right, we basically have the whole driver's side installed, and it's a process. All the Clecos are holding the fenders on, and to make sure that we had the best fitment possible, we attached the rear to the side skirt, lined everything up, drilled our holes, put the Cleco pins in, and it pretty much looks spot on, like in terms of fitment. What do you think, Mike?
I'm thinking it looks great.
Michael was talking about, you know, if I want to be different, to keep the rear fitment like that. I mean, look at that. That is that is disgusting.
It looks good.
Make a beat.
So we finally got the rest of the body kit on. It is the following weekend, and on top of that, we have installed my RPF1s back on. 17's up front with like 27 millimeters worth of spacer, so basically no change from what was ran before. But on the rear, we have an 18 by 9.5 plus 15 RPF1 with a 50 millimeter spacer. I still need a little bit more of a spacer, or in all honesty, I just need to get new wheels. It's still sunken in a little bit. Another 15 to 20 millimeters should do it. I'm a big fan of the RPF ones in this SBC color. I have to weigh my options in terms of the price for wheels that fit correctly. But as far as everything is concerned, it's mounted. I mean, the Cleco pins need to be replaced with, I guess, hardware that I haven't decided if I'm going to use riv nuts or just normal screws. But overall, I am super happy with how this body kit fits. You can't go wrong with an authentic kit. The V1 flares that I had, which were replicas, were pretty iffy, at least in how they contoured to the body of the car, but these are like spot on. Can't get any better, in all honesty. A big thanks to Mike and of course Drift Dad for the big help. So Michael, I couldn't have done it without you.
I didn't do anything.
You helped. We spent that whole Sunday afternoon literally doing nothing but body work. But this just means we are one step closer to getting the FRS to show car status. Even though I was thinking about taking it out for a couple slides, I'm having some transmission issues. My third gear is a little notchy, so I might need to replace the trans first. But overall, I'm just so happy with the progress that we've made. It looks so good. And before any of you all say that I'm not gonna paint it, I am gonna paint it. No more half-assing this car. Michael did manage to help me earlier today with installing or reinstalling my passenger seat so I could take passengers now. But I would like to maybe get all of the sound deadening out of the car, get all of the seam sealer out, and maybe just do one solid color in the interior, or maybe even reinstall the carpet. I don't know, that's something that we'll have to figure out.
Maybe cut out the roll cage.
No, why would we do that? That was $1,600.
$1,600, and how long did it take?
Couple months. One thing that I am gonna need your guys' help with is deciding on a color. I want to go with something on the lighter side of the spectrum, but overall, I think I've been leaning towards the Toyota gray color with maybe a little bit of a blue hue to it. But again, I am pretty easily convinced, so please drop any and all color suggestions down in the comments. I don't want to stick with the white because just white gets so dirty, and I'm hoping to have my color decision made within the next couple weeks so I can send it off to get painted. The more suggestions, the better. But with that said, Mikey and I, we're gonna go off and grab some dinner. That's what I owe him for all of his help.
I did nothing.
You did a lot, Mike. Don't sell yourself short. We hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.